So this is probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So after the first video, I realized that I, spoke a lot about like the future of the channel and why I'm doing what I'm doing, but I haven't really spoke a lot about what the previous few months have looked like, because that's how long I've been working on this whole thing. So I'm basically just doing a cool down now, uh, and that's when it hit me. And let me tell you, the past few months were amazing. Somewhere around the end of November, university closed, and that's when I realized, like, hey, I don't have any lectures, no deadlines, not as much responsibility, and I decided to basically live the entire holiday like a pro would. So now, what I mean by that was, it was basically full-on training camp. If you listen to like majority of pro marathoners talk, their days look more or less the same. It's like they get to take their recovery naps during the day when they want to. Their nutrition's on point. Most of the time they either have food made for them, or well, they just have enough time to cook up that elite nutrition. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So that's when I had the idea, and I said, we hot dropping boys, we're going full in this holiday. And yeah, every day looked pretty similar. I would wake up around 3:30, 4, have my morning coffee so I can survive, and yeah, first thing, running in the morning, come back, eat brekkie, have a nice nap. And yeah, most elite runners, they have years of this structure, but I had like 3 months, so I definitely made the most of it. But yeah, I'm home now, so I just need to hop this fence and we can continue this conversation inside. So yeah, other than what I just mentioned outside, I started increasing my mileage rather aggressively, you would say. But yeah, it was about 10 k's a week. Now, I do not by any means recommend that you do that, because I mean the chance of injury is basically like flipping 100%. Was it risky? Yeah. Did I do it? Yeah. But I accepted that risk, because once university starts again, that like level of recovery just goes away. Yeah, it's all about what my body could do if I actually gave it a fair environment to try. So yeah, for a while it worked. Like 40, 50, 60k, 70k. I got stuck a bit there because my body just wasn't recovering. Went up to 80, like 83 or something, and then boom, my body was just like nah. And yeah, basically I developed hip piriformis syndrome. Now what that is, it's basically like nasty, annoying tissue around the hip that just decides to tighten up and not let go. And it can lead to like sciatica because it compresses on the nerve and stuff, which is exactly what happened to me. Yeah, so basically I just pretended like it wasn't there and continued running. Like, nah, this is not gonna stop me, I can push through this. And yeah, I couldn't. So I took time off, like a week off, a week and a half, and I still didn't recover. And then I was like, yeah, I think it's probably time to see a doctor. So that's what I did. And yeah, I ended up getting big ass cortisone injection in the cheek, and that helped a lot with the pain and stuff, but it's not like a shortcut to recovery by any means. Oh yeah, also there's one thing that I noticed looking back, now that I think about it. I can't just contribute the running to the entire injury. At the same time, I was spending around like 6 hours, I would say, a day sitting behind the computer screen and coding, you know. And I was working on, and still am actually, this huge project that I plan to release probably sometime this year. Yeah, so the point is that it wasn't just training load alone, it was also that, because I mean, think about it, you're sitting for 6 hours, your hip flexors are switched off, glutes are switched off, you know, you're getting tightness in those areas, and then, well, you're waking up and running like a headless chicken. So I mean, you know, it's not exactly the smartest thing. That's like a recipe for disaster, basically. And that's something I didn't give enough thought to, but I mean, I'm much more aware of it now. That like there's also other portions of your life that you have to look at too, not just, you know, when it comes to running and nutrition and stuff like that. It's like these weird things that you probably wouldn't think about. And then, well, yeah, the real work started after that, after the whole cortisone injection and the couple of days off that I took. really hungry after that run, so I think tell you more about that inside after some wells of brekkie. So I'm back inside now. Had my coffee, had my brekkie. My brain's working a bit better now. So, what I mean by uh, the real work started after that was that basically, if you get an injury and you don't ever treat the root cause of that injury, then you're just asking for it to come back. So for me, it was weak stabilizers, which is ironic considering that I'm a previous gym rat. So I used to train, legs because you want them tree trunks. Yeah, so it was that, and then the prolonged sitting. So that was the easy fix. Just don't sit for prolonged periods of time without breaks in between. And then with the stabilizing issues, like basically what I changed is majority of my training looked a lot like this. So it's a lot of banded walkouts, single leg exercises, clamshells, glute bridges, uh, body weight groin and glute work at home. A lot of boring stuff that really doesn't look that impressive, but hey, it works. So at the gym, I shifted specifically from just like trying to lift heavy ass weight or like doing like those quad and hamstring dominant workouts to also doing a lot of like glute focused work and stabilizing stuff and like more control, more range of motion, a lot of deep stretching and whatnot. And right now, when it came to my training, after that 80K week and that stupid niggle that I had, well, injury, I'm still trying to gaslight myself and tell myself it was just a niggle. But yeah, what I had done to do things a bit better was dialing my mileage back. So I dropped from that 80K to about 60 or so, I think, because I could manage that easily. And yeah, so currently, as of the past 2 weeks, I've handled 70K weeks back to back. Today was yesterday marked the 73K week for the previous week before that, and before that was like just solid 70K. Yeah, so it's basically dialing my mileage back and then slowly progressing up to higher mileages rather than jumping 10Ks a week. And mostly like zone 2 running. I don't get too specific saying you have to be in zone 2. Like if you don't have a heart rate monitor on your watch or you think it's inaccurate, just run slow, nice and easy. Make sure you wake up the next morning feeling like you recovered from the day before rather than like you're still broken, and by the time you reach the end of the week, fatigue is normal, but like you don't want it to be where, like me personally, I was getting out of the bed and taking a few first steps like a penguin because of how tight my groin, not my groin. Damn, why did my mind go straight to the groin there? But my Achilles was like that tight. So the goal right now is durability. There's no ego involved, no rushing and stuff like that. Considering the fact that my training camp, like my pro training camp holiday, is over because it's Monday as of now, and in this next coming week, I'm going back to Durban. So I just need to basically try and maintain all of the durability that I gained uh, in this past holiday. Yeah. So what am I actually doing moving forward? I have I think a plan for the next like 40 weeks or something like that. And I'm sticking to that. So basically, base building, the pros and coaches and stuff like that, they refer to it as base building. So this phase that I'm going through, this next like 40-week phase, or I don't know if it's 40 weeks, it's 4 months basically. Um, but yeah, so mileage is king when it comes to marathon running and stuff like that. So base building isn't about speed; it's about getting your body used to running every day, longer distances, and recovering, not breaking. So if you look at most elite marathon runners, they run somewhere between like 130 to like 135K a week for like half marathoners, and like for longer distance like full marathoners like Kipchoge and stuff like that do like up to 160K. Jake from Ran to Japan, another one of the guys who I really look up to, has done like 280K weeks, like 90K
long runs, 50K long runs, and insane stuff. But that's for another video. And it's not because I enjoy suffering, although I think maybe I kind of do. But yeah, base building is teaching your body a few key things in summary. So, one, it's that you rely more on fat for energy rather than carbohydrates, meaning you can run further and longer without needing to fuel as much because your body is getting used to using fat as opposed to carbs. So now why would you want that? Because marathons and half marathons are longer distance events. So you are running for longer. So your body needs to be able to do that. So you build more mitochondria. Um, for those of you who did life science and stuff, mitochondria is, basically the powerhouse. So all of your energy within your muscles come from there. So the more mitochondria you have, the more energy you have that's stored in your muscles. Three, you learn how to recover from running. So, like I said, you don't want to be finishing each week getting broken and whatnot. Yeah, so you learn how to recover so that you can run day after day. And it's really slow. That's why it's really slow. And it's not glamorous at all. I mean, I run anywhere between like 8 kilometers. 8 minutes per k and like 8:30 minutes per k. That's around about my slow workout. But to me, I still feel like doing like even though I'm doing 8 minutes k, finishing a 21K long run with like a heart rate of 120 beats per minute, still something impressive, something that you can take away from it. See it as a challenge basically. Because I would always say like running that slow is boring, but now I see it as a challenge to try and keep my heart rate that low, using like proper breathing techniques and stuff like that. And actually, speaking of which, getting back from the run that I just did now, a thing that I do quite a lot because I'm completely self-trained. I have never spoke to a coach before or anything like that. My mother is a comrades marathon, so a lot of the knowledge and experience she like kind of passed down to me when I first started running, and then from there, I just been doing like months and months and years of my own research, reading papers through the internet and stuff like that. Always important to gain your own base knowledge, and then you can supplement your base knowledge. Like what I do is I have that entire plan. You can put it in chat or whatever AI you want to use. I'm a computer geek, of course. I'm going to use it to basically be my coach. But yeah, I feel like it really helps. Like so, after every run, I'll post my data. I'll show a portion of what the data looks like from my watch up here, um, or on the screen. And like for example today, so this is what my run looked like, and this is what I put into the AI. You can choose whichever AI you want to use, and it gives you a nice breakdown. It tells you how you're following the plan. Like, is everything going accordingly? First of all, is the plan even smart that I made? And yeah, but not too much into that. So continuing, um, how I like bettered my training plan to not really get as many injuries and stuff. Um, so the first thing was I followed the 10% weekly rule. So the 10% weekly rule just means don't increase your overall mileage by more than 10% of the previous month's highest mileage. And the same thing for the long run. Don't increase your long run distance more than 10% from the previous month's long run. Yeah, now in my long run, I'm slowly building towards 28Ks. Last week was 21K, so this coming week will be 22K. Uh, so basically increasing a K a week. So instead of big jumps, I'm increasing total mileage by like 3 kilometers a week. Every week, I take a deload week every now and then also. So just less volume, not completely stopping. Doesn't show weakness. It just shows that you're smart and you want your body to adapt and recover. And I'm only doing like one quality session. So what a quality session is, it's basically like a high intensity workout, like either intervals or like threshold, or I'm throwing all of these big terms now, and if you don't know what it is, I'm gonna leave some uh, links in the description to like people who do more of the scientific stuff. I'm not gonna take from their work and just regurgitate what they say, because trust me, I can't say it any better than they do. The links in the description will tell you the scientific side better than I ever could, and they'll explain it properly and stuff like that. So like any weird thing that you don't understand, just refer to the links and you're gonna see like really good resources there. If you don't want to go and do your own research and read, it's just here on YouTube. But yeah, So basically, to like round off this entire video, uh, this part of training that I just went through for the previous like 3 months wasn't all that exciting. For most people, I would say they find it pretty boring. I found it amazing. Gained a lot of experience the last three or so months. But yeah, this is how you build an engine. It's like a car. The bigger your engine, the faster you go. So everything else comes later. And yeah, so is it gonna work? I still don't know. I feel a bit more confident, but stick around and you might just find out.